Hey everyone, GOTOG fan here, and welcome back to another video. So today, welcome to a little bit of a different one. Some of you guys may remember, about, honestly, a year ago today, as of posting this, my appendix ruptured. And I ended up in the hospital for 5 days. And after that, and a week after I got out of the, I think it was a week after I got out of the hospital, I made this video right here, telling you guys my story about how my appendix ruptured, and my journey through the hospital, and my whole journey through that. And then I got my surgery, and then everything now is good. Obviously, since I'm still here recording with you guys. Recording for you guys, rather. As you can see on screen, I have ice cream sandwich. Also known as Andy. But well known as ice cream sandwich. Anyway, his appendix ruptured before mine. And I thought, hey, why not react to his video and compare what he went through to mine? So that's what today's video is going to be. All right, here we go. There is a sponsored segment, but I will skip that because it's illegal to have someone else's sponsored segment in your own video. I knew that because I watched Robert IDK, who also constantly skips over any sponsor segments. Anyway, let's watch the video.
The heart helps pump your blood. The lungs help you breathe in oxygen. The appendix helps you self-destruct.
I've come close to meeting my demise a couple of times, but somehow death can't really get a firm grasp on me, and I am still here. I ain't going out without a fight, baby. Grab a snack, get cozy, because I'm about to tell you a tale about how I survived my first medical emergency. But real quick, you know how it is.
Sponsor segment.
For a 1-month free trial of Skillshare for the first 1,000 people that click on it. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. When this all happened, my medical emergency, I was still in college. Stupid, oblivious to the doom that I was about to endure, but happy. Bunch of friends and I woke up super early one day to be overachievers and go to an interactive programming workshop. More than me, my friends wanted to be overachievers. Like fun. I was lured in by free food. All I had to do was show up, pretend to follow along, and then pack away as many calories as I could. Simple. We all get there and things are going smoothly. I'm enjoying several delicious pastries at no expense to myself. But, starting to feel a little gurgly. My bowels were making a movement, and I figured I probably ate something bad and went to the bathroom to relieve myself. After going to the bathroom, I felt much better. Ooh, free food. And I went back to the original plan, having
Always with the free food. I'm the same way. Whenever I see free food somewhere, I'm like, ooh, let's get it. But it's fun. I love free shit.
delicious and free. Oh, it's back. I was feeling really nasty again, and it was stronger this time. You know how sometimes your body's like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. This was more of like, you need to go to the bathroom. I better stop eating this stuff. As the seminar went on, I started to get more and more sick, and looked more and more pale. I would draw that here, but, you know, it got so bad that
I just wonder if he lost weight. Because I lost a lot of weight when my appendix ruptured. And he probably did too. Another YouTuber that I follow, named Dan TDM, which I can honestly react to his video as well, but I need to get this out. I need to get this out by Friday. Dan TDM also had his appendix rupture, and he also had to get it removed surgically, like in an emergency surgery. What am I trying to say? But yeah, that happened to him, and literally a few months later, it happened to me.
I just left to go home. At this point, I lived off of campus, and it took me like 20 minutes to walk home by foot. But I was so sick, I didn't even care. I was so determined to get home and sleep through whatever the hell this was, and just be done with it. Halfway through the walk home, I was starting to feel really nauseous again, though. Like, throw-up nauseous. I hate throwing up. However, nature is strong, and my stomach demanded a purge. But then I saw a truck driving my way, and I thought it would be really embarrassing to be seen throwing up on the side of the road at like 8 in the morning. So I just willed myself to not throw up. I don't know how.
That would be really embarrassing. Unless you're out all night drinking and you're hungover and you're trying to walk home and then you end up throwing up all over the place. Luckily that didn't happen to me, and luckily it didn't happen to Andy here.
Eventually I made it home. Still sick, but at least I was in bed. My roommate was home at the time, and I told him about what was happening. About all my symptoms, the loss of free food, which was the real tragedy, let's be honest.
That's the thing too with me. I love food. And when my appendix was starting to rupture, I lost my appetite. As I've mentioned in the video. Like, a few times in that video, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I couldn't even finish my favorite meal. Because I would take a couple bites and feel sick.
Honest, and my iron will that stopped me from throwing up somehow. He let me rest, which hardly happened because I did get sick in the bathroom a couple times. I can't describe it accurately how terrible this felt. I would not wish this on my greatest enemy. Later, my roommate was talking to his then girlfriend, and she was like, that sounds a lot like appendicitis. You should take him to the hospital. Hey, Andy.
Yep, I went to the doctor. My dad took me to the doctor's office. She felt around my tummy and was like, "Yeah, it feels like appendicitis. Your stomach is rock hard. I can either call an ambulance for you or have your dad take you." Luckily, my dad took me to the hospital, and the rest is history. My first ever hospital stay.
We should go to the hospital. Why?
That was more than a day.
I'm gonna take you to the hospital. And so he did. At the hospital, I asked a bunch of questions. Where does it hurt? How long has it been hurting? When did this start? Etc., etc. And then the doctor told me, I think you have appendicitis. We're gonna have to move you to urgent care. What's appendicitis? It's the infection and inflammation of the appendix. Failing to treat it can result in rupturing and infecting your entire body, which is usually fatal.
Fatal? Mine did rupture. And I almost died from it. But I have a high pain tolerance, so I guess my body was fighting it. And my white blood cell counts were like through the roof.
What's an appendix? It's a useless thin tube in your lower right abdomen. It serves no function of the human body. Yeah, so I was going through mountains of pain and suffering because this little tiny part of me that has no purpose was going haywire and could literally explode inside of me and kill me. I was bitter, but I had no other choice. They admitted me to the hospital for emergency surgery. This was not the plan. I was supposed to be pretending to work while enjoying free breakfast, not getting surgery. I've never had a plan go that awry before. Hey guys, let's go get some coffee together. This was certainly not what I had in mind. Despite the increased suffering that's about to happen to me, I think that I was really lucky. If my roommate was out of the house at that point, he might have never known and never been able to bring me to the hospital in the first place. I would have just...
Same for my dad. If he wasn't home, and I had to make that appointment, and he took me to, I wouldn't have been alive today. I really would not have been alive today if that happened. And it happened almost a year ago. Well, I'm recording this on February 16th, and my appendix ruptured on the 20th, so if you do the math, the year is a bit off, but I want to get this out by the 20th, so by the time you're seeing this, it will be February 20th, which will mark a year since my appendix ruptured.
stayed in bed
A little bit of fourth wall there, because I record like days before I'm supposed to upload.
for the pain to pass, and then my appendix would have exploded. Then I would have gotten a one-way free ticket to the River Styx.
My appendix did rupture. I felt it at 1 o'clock in the morning. I literally heard it pop. Seriously. I heard my appendix pop. And then it went downhill from there.
There's like no refunds or in the hospital. They
I'll
take
stop
me
pausing
to the
now.
scanner room. They needed to look inside of my sweet bod to assess the situation and to see how dire it was. I didn't know how they figured this one out, but I guess that I was too thin and that made the scanning more complex. And the nurse was like, "You are much too compact." And I'm like, "What does that mean?" And she was like, "This tube needs to go in your butt."
I never had that happen.
Yeah, my intestines were just too close together, so the scan would be too hard to see. And they needed to pump me full of some kind of liquid to expand my intestines to get a better look and determine if it was actually appendicitis and what the real issue is. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what they said. Maybe I should have stayed home. I mean, what was I gonna say? No, I'm trying to not die here. So that was a really unfun experience that I'm not going to animate. After that, they confirmed that the situation was dire.
Yay!
So after the scanning room, I was back in the hospital bed waiting for the next steps when I got a visit from the anesthesiologist. John. He and the surgeon were talking, and I heard them say they needed to pump my stomach for safety. If they put you under for surgery, you need to have your stomach empty, otherwise it can be dangerous. Again, not sure why. All I knew is that I was sick and that these people were just going to try to save me.
So for me, on the day before my surgery, I had to do a cleansing, which involved me taking some pills like throughout the day, and then like I don't know, late evening, like at around 5:30 in the afternoon, I had to literally chug Go Lightly like every 10 minutes. And TMI, I know, but it flushed me out. Like, completely. That's how my experience was. It felt nice to be flushed out. But with all that Go Lightly, ugh. I'm so glad I had Gatorade instead of water. Because if I had water with that stuff, ugh, that would not have been a pleasant experience.
Everything was go at that point. John then turns to me and says, with some kind of twisted joy, "Oh, you're not gonna like this." Yeah? Well, newsflash, John, I'm not liking any of this. I like free breakfast, not surgery. I didn't sign up for this crap. So this tube has to go in your stomach.
I didn't sign up for that crap either.
To pump the stomach, you have to have a tube pushed down your throat. It's a long piece of plastic that you have to continuously swallow down until it reaches your stomach, and then they can...
I have a bad gag reflex, okay? If that happened to me, and they had to pump my stomach, I'm just gagging thinking about it. If I had to get a tube down my throat, like continuously, I would have thrown up right away. Because that's how bad my gag reflex is. And yes, that is a Lion King 2 Simba's Pride DVD behind me. Yes, I need to clean my room. Shut up.
Can turn it on and get all of this stuff out of your stomach. I don't think you need any convincing when I say that is terrible. Also, you can do it wrong. If you don't position your head correctly, it can hit the back of your throat and make yourself vomit. And guess what I did? I threw up everywhere. On myself, on the nurses, on the surgeon who was trying to help me with the tube. I'm not going to animate this either.
I would have vomited right away.
All I know is that I have a distinct fear of tubes now. What if I don't make it through this? Will I ever see you again? Finally, I was rolled off to surgery and moved to the operating table. Oops, one more touch to the back of the throat for good measure. And and that was the last thing I remember.
Oh,
I was
that actually
out.
gave me
That
some head rush.
anesthesia, it really does the job. And then I woke up, appendixless. I was cured. I spent the next day healing a little bit. My mom visited. I watched cartoons on TV all day, and I got soup and an icy pop and juice for meals, which seemed like a lot of sugar for a hospital to give someone. But hey, this is America, baby. Sugar.
Hey, I got a pudding, and that was it. I got a pudding.
It was like our aspirin, and I didn't mind. I just went through a lot. My friends who were at the seminar thing collected all my stuff for me so no one would steal it, which again, is really nice of them. Making this video makes me realize that I'm really lucky to have the people that I have in my life. They look out for me. Thank you for looking out for me. Because if you weren't, nature would probably have taken me by now. If you are feeling nauseous and have pain in your lower right abdomen, see a doctor. If you guys were at my AMA on Discord a while back, thank you very much for stopping by. Turns out it's really hard to answer questions fast, and I didn't get to all of them, but it was really fun. And if you missed it, I announced it on my Twitter and community page, so...
Should I react to Dan TDM's appendicitis experience? I think I'm going to react to Dan TDM's appendicitis experience. Yeah, I almost, I think, died. Yep, I had emergency surgery. There it is. Let's react to that.
Hello. Oh, I know it's been like 3 months, but boy, have I had a week. So on the old not uploading for 3 or 4 months, I did it by accident. I was meant to take January off, and now it's May. I just kind of enjoyed having the time off, really. Too much. Got to spend loads of time with my family, and it was great. Up until 2 weeks ago. Basically, I've been having these, like, stomach issues for, I want to say...
How long ago did he upload this video? May 25th, 2024. Mine happened in 2025. Huh.
Like, it's at least 5 years. It's been a long time. I had these random attacks where I'd be in super intense pain, like, I'm talking like 8 to 10 out of 10 pain, for about 4 or 5 hours, and then it just goes away. Really pointless, doesn't evolve into anything, just loads of pain for no reason, which renders me like useless for the day, and then it's maybe sore the next day, and then I just move on with my life. But this time, it decided to take it a step further. I have had all the tests in the world to see if it was my stomach or not, or anything else like kidneys, even my appendix, and all the tests came back that my body is normal, but I've never had those tests when I've had an attack. So everyone was just like, I don't know what it is. I have no idea. Yeah, like a week and a bit ago, I had another one of these attacks on the Saturday. I'd just driven up to see family. We were staying there, and it rendered me like, it was bad. It was a bad one. And it rendered me useless for the rest of the day. So I basically stayed in bed, tried to sleep it off. Next day was about 5 out of 10, but usually the pain had subsided more in previous ones, but this time it stuck around, and we were down near family to take Asher to go and see a show, so I was like, I'm not missing that, let's go see the show. That could have been a terrible idea, but luckily it worked out. So we went to see the show, we came back, and we were like 5 minutes from driving back to this house, and something just felt like...
To your house?
Like, it felt like someone went into my stomach like this, pulled something, and then my pain went from like a 5 out of 10 to, I want to say, 100. It was like someone kicked me in the gut. I keeled over. I was on the floor in the most pain.
The thing is, I didn't do any of that, but I did have trouble sleeping at night, and I would get up at like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to get Tylenol and Advil to make my tism stronger. Anyway, I took some Tylenol. I took like 2 Tylenols, but it didn't help. I was like, what was going on? And then, you know the story. I did it last year.
I have ever experienced in my life. I don't know where appendix pain ranks on the scale, but I'm thinking it's pretty high. So I'm on the floor, we're not at home, we were just about to go home, and Jem has to ring an ambulance. And if you know me, I'm someone who doesn't like to bother people, so I was even questioning whether to get the ambulance. I was like, is this bad? And then it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. I was like, yeah, this is probably bad enough to ring an ambulance. Unfortunately, the ambulance was going to take ages to get there. So we managed to ring Jem's mum so she could take me to the hospital. It was just going to be quicker, and I feel like it needed to be dealt with pretty fast. And at this point, my breathing wasn't great because the amount of pain that I was breathing quite fast. So I've never experienced this in my life. Thought I was dying, but my arms went like this. They slowly moved into my chest and were stuck here, and I could not move them. I tried as hard as I could to move them. I could not move them. That happened. I couldn't feel my arms at all. Like if someone punched me in the arm, I wouldn't have been able to feel it. My legs then started to go like dead as well. So all I could feel like, I felt like just a stump. Like no arms, no legs, just a stump in intense pain. Not fun. And apparently the doctor said that that's to do with too much carbon dioxide in your body, because the way I was breathing, normally you want to get all the carbon dioxide out, but I wasn't doing that, and that caused the muscles to like go all stiff and kind of, I don't know.
So he was breathing like he's taking a poop. That might have triggered something. Anyway,
whatever this is. It was
look at
scary,
Thriller.
though. I was like, my body's shutting down. This is it. This is over. Scary time. So long story short, we get to the hospital. I can't even walk there. I tried, but I was looking at my feet, but I couldn't feel them. So I couldn't like walk properly. Had to get a wheelchair into the A&E. God bless the NHS, because they got me straight in there. They got me to see a doctor straight away, and I'm pretty sure he was like, yeah, this is, I'm 95% sure this is appendicitis, and if you don't know what it is, the appendix is like a really useless organ. Is it even an organ? I don't know. It's a useless thing in your body that can be.
I'm just remembering when... Oh my god, look at this frame that I paused on. I'm just remembering when, in one of the Markiplier Makes videos, like, I think it's a Dog Toys one, where Markiplier was joking about that little dangly bit on one of the balloons, and he was like, this is a proboscis. And I was like, the appendix is just a proboscis of the... of the intestine. I just thought of that just now. It had to be removed, but I just thought of that now. The proboscis of the intestines. I love that.
Become infected, which mine had, and then from then it's kind of like a ticking time bomb. Basically, if you don't get it sorted, it will burst, and when it bursts, it will, this is gross by the way, it will spread like infected pus over your insides. I'm not a doctor, but I know that's not good. It's really, really bad. So you gotta get this stuff.
That it was, cause whew, after they put the drain in me, and the sac, I think, was filled with pus. And when they were dumping it out, and when my nurse was dumping it out, it stunk. It was nasty. It was super nasty. I'm like, ugh. It was nasty.
Stuff sorted quick. So I get into A&E, like a resus ward or something, and because I was back where I used to live, the nurse that sees me in A&E and takes amazing care of me was the nurse who saw me when I broke my hand like 8 years ago.
Wow.
It's like, how did that even happen? It's weird the way the world works, but I'm
it would be
shout out
like
to Lou.
10
Thank
years
you so
ago
much
now,
for
would
looking
it?
after me. She gave me the drugs to just not feel pain, antibiotics to slow the appendicitis down. I had to go for a CT scan super quick because they wanted to make sure it wasn't a stomach ulcer. And I've had a CT scan before for this exact same issue, but I wasn't having an attack at the time. But this time, CT scan, they saw it as appendicitis and scheduled me for surgery the day after. And at this point I was like, do what you want to me, just get this thing out. I don't, the pain was just horrific. So I spent the night in hospital. I don't even remember really what I did. I must have slept. Like, I feel like I was awake though, but I don't remember what happened. 2 p.m. the next day, I get sent for surgery and have my infected appendix removed. Bye-bye, not gonna miss ya. And after that, I stayed in hospital for a couple days. I got a UTI, not fun either. And then finally, I got to go home to my mum's, and then Jem had to come from this house to where I was at my mum's, come and pick me up. It was just a wild few days. Because obviously Asher goes to school here, so we couldn't miss school. So Jem had to come back and leave me up there, but eventually it all worked out in the end. And now I should never have any of those attacks again, which I'm really pleased about. Oh, I feel like even looking at myself in the camera, I have lost loads of weight because it wasn't long, but I didn't eat anything from Saturday to probably to like now, basically. I feel like I'm really skinny. When I got home, I looked like this. I looked in the mirror.
He looks like a totally different person. Wow. I looked about the same because I'm fat, but Dan obviously weighs less than I do. But here he looks schizophrenic. Not schizophrenic. Anorexic. Jeez. Thing is, I went like 4 or 5 days at a time without eating food. Well, 2 or 3. 2 or 3 days at a time without eating food, but that was just from how many days? Wow.
And I didn't even recognize myself. I think I was severely dehydrated.
He looks better now.
Enough. Ironically, this is me just after the surgery, and I look alright. This was me a day or two after, not looking so great. They also, for some reason, called me Danny the whole time. You see it on the board in the background. I don't know why they called me Danny, but I don't know what happened there. Oh my god, that picture! I'm looking at it now. I look like a Minecraft skeleton. I look awful. Hey, I'm on the mends now. That appendix is gone. I've got 3 scars for the privilege, I guess. Hey, I just thought that'd be a fun
I got 3 scars as well.
Ironically, I did have...
Well, actually, I have 4, because when I was like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years old, I was in my aunt's RV at the time, and I fell out of the door onto something that I don't remember. My mom tells me all the time, and that's how I got this scar. When I let the guard. I like that song. I need to watch Lion Guard again. But yeah, that's how I got this scar right here, and I still have it. I'll always have this thing. I don't know if it explains why I have missing teeth though, but whatever.
I have a video like 95% done. It is 100% done now, and that's going to come out next week. But I think just like when you're in hospital, there's nothing to do. I didn't want to listen to music. I didn't want to watch videos. I don't even know why. I just couldn't concentrate, so you just think. And recently, I think I posted that I overthink this whole YouTube thing like crazy. I'm always thinking, oh, how can I do things the best to my ability so the video performs the best, how to get all the moving parts to get in the right place. And I overthink it so much I don't end up doing it. And I was just thinking, when I was in my, like, genuinely one of the worst points in my life, I was thinking, you know what? My job is actually pretty cool. I get to play video games for a living. Why am I overthinking this? Just play the games, man. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got a Minecraft video coming out, which is severely overdue, in a week. So you can enjoy that. I'm going to be uploading stuff to the live channel as well. Get back into the swing of it. Get back into recording. But yeah, I guess I'm not the biggest fan of appendixes now. I posted on my community tab.
I'm not either.
Someone compared as like a creeper in his stomach. It kind of was. It was getting to like the point where they get really, really white. It's just about to explode. But I was very lucky. Considering everything that happened, I was very lucky that it didn't perforate. The surgery went well. The care that I had was amazing. So shout out to everyone that looked after me in Kettering General Hospital in the UK. Massive love to them because they made my stay just so much nicer. The NHS gets a lot of stick, which if you don't know, if you're from outside the UK, we have free healthcare. So the NHS does get a lot of stick, but it's free and the people that work in it are incredible. So
I wish I had free healthcare, but I live in America. And everything is just awful. I don't get free healthcare. I don't get free. I don't get free anything, except occasionally free food. But even then. Anyway, the rest of this video just talks about just summarizing his story and thanking the hospital and stuff in the UK, and yeah. Anyway, before this video gets any longer, I've been recording a lot of long videos lately. That is gotta do it for this video, guys. If you'd like to click or tap that like button and subscribe for more, and follow me on my Blue Sky and on my Instagram account. Follow me on my alt account too, because if something happens to my main Instagram account, GOTLG fan, I would just go to my alt account, GOTLG fan _2 TOO. Also, yeah. Anyway, also don't forget to turn on those post notifications as well to get notified for every single video that I upload in the future. Bronwyn's working hard on videos, so if 1 week you just see one video, like on a Wednesday, just know that Bronwyn is working her butt off getting videos done, and I'm editing this one right here. Anyway, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I gotta get editing so I can get this out by the 20th, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!